Hey, I'm Amber. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Pretty much right when my son was born, I started researching natural ways to prevent and to also heal a diaper rash. And I'm happy to report that he's never ever had like a full-blown full bottom diaper rash. What he has had is the occasional like red spot or two that's like kind of irritated, but thankfully, it's never taken me more than a day, maybe 2 days tops to get it to go away. But I know that that is like very mild compared to what a lot of babies will experience. And it's just so sad because that just has to be so uncomfortable. So that is why today I wanted to share 6 ways that I've naturally healed and mostly avoided diaper rashes. Most of these can be done to heal the rash, and then also if you keep on doing them, they can help prevent rashes in the future. First, let's just talk really quickly about what can cause a diaper rash. I've put in chapters down below, so if you just want to skip ahead, you can easily do that, but it really can help understand how to prevent it if you understand what can cause it. Probably the number one cause is moisture. Babies are obviously wetting themselves and going to the bathroom in their diapers, and so when that moisture is up against their skin for prolonged periods of time, it can make it a lot easier for fungus and bacteria to grow. Second cause is friction, either if their diaper is too tight or from that like constant wiping, especially when they're like really young and they go to the bathroom a lot. The wiping along with the diaper sitting and rubbing against their skin can cause a rash. Third most common reason is allergies or sensitive skin. Some babies, just like adults, are for whatever reason just going to have like more sensitive skin than others. I do want to note that if your baby does have allergies or sensitive skin, you might need just like a little bit more than what I talk about in this video to get rid of a diaper rash for them. But at minimum, everything that I talk about in this video can help at least get it to go away faster. All right, so let's just get right into it. The first thing that you can do is to use the cleanest disposable diapers that are within your budget. A lot of diapers, probably most disposable diapers, are made with harsh chemicals and plastics that are not so great for your baby's skin and can definitely cause irritation. A couple cleaner brands that I know of are Honest Company and Earth Eden. I personally really like Earth Eden. I've only ever found those on Amazon, but I think that they are moderately affordable and you get quite a bit for what you pay for. Even better though is to cloth diaper your baby, because then you're not gonna have those chemicals in the diapers. And I think that this is a big reason that we've actually never had like a full-blown diaper rash, because we started cloth diapering from around 2 months. Another great thing about cloth diapers is there's different materials that you can choose from. So if you are finding that like fleece is not doing so great for your baby's skin, you can try like bamboo or cotton or something like that. Hemp, there's just so many natural options. Second thing is to make sure that you're not leaving a diaper on your baby for too long. I totally understand that it can be tempting to try to get a diaper to last just like a little bit longer, because of course in this economy, it's 2024, everything is expensive, and the faster that you go through diapers, the faster that you have to buy more diapers. This is actually another reason that I would recommend cloth diapering, because you're never gonna run out of diapers. All you have to do is wash them. And I actually filmed a whole video about why you should use cloth diapers instead of disposables. I'll put that right up here and in the description box down below if you wanna check that out. But in this case, I would say it's definitely a plus, because you might just have to wash your diapers like a day sooner than you originally anticipated. The times that my son has already had a rash, I go ahead and change him maybe like 2 to 3 times more than I normally would, just to like try to get on top of the rash, and that's always worked out for me. The next thing is to use a cleaner wipe. I actually just recently found like my favorite wipes. They only have 2 ingredients, which is water and then just like a little bit like 99.9% of fruit extract, and I think it's grapefruit extract, but it is like a very, very small amount. And interestingly enough, these wipes actually need to be used within, I think it's either like 6 or 8 weeks from when you open the pack. The good thing is there's not so many wipes in one pack that you're not going to use all of it within that time frame. I was worried about that because I don't want to be like throwing wipes away, but these wipes are great. They are the cleanest wipes that I've found, and the wipe itself is made of a plant-based material. So these are by far my favorite, and I actually like that they have to be used within a certain amount of time because that means that there's no chemical preservatives in them. Another tip to go along with this one is if your baby already has a rash, try to like pat them with the wipe instead of wiping them as much as possible. Of course, sometimes you do have to wipe, but as much as you can, try to pat because like I mentioned earlier, that wiping motion can further irritate the skin. Really quickly, if you are finding this helpful so far and you like kind of crunchy motherhood, healthy living videos, please hit that subscribe button down below. I would love to see you around here more often. Okay, next, this is a big one that I've found to be really, really helpful, and that is to try to give your baby time throughout the day without a diaper on. And I don't mean to just like take their diaper off and let them run around. I actually have seen people recommend that, but I just don't see like how that's feasible unless you just have like a big tarp to cover everything with. So what I do is when I'm changing my son, I just try to give him like 30 seconds to a minute without his diaper on the changing table. So basically I use cloth diapers. As I'm getting the next cloth diaper ready, I just kind of like take my time and let his bottom dry out a little bit. And I'll usually like pat his bottom to make sure that it's dry to the touch before I put on the next diaper. I have actually only had him pee while I'm doing this a couple of times, and he's almost a year old. When he was a newborn, like those first maybe 2-3 months, he definitely peed a lot more while I was changing him, but the diaper rash wasn't as big of an issue then because he just went to the bathroom so much. I was just like changing his diaper all the time, but it was once he wasn't going to the bathroom quite as much, and so he would wear his diaper for longer periods of time, that's when I started finding it helpful to give him just a little bit of time throughout the day in between changes without his diaper on. If you do feel like your baby pees a lot though, when you're changing them, you could always like cover them up with a washcloth so that if they pee, that catches it, but then like they can still have a little bit of time without a diaper on. So everything that I just mentioned could be done to prevent or heal a diaper rash. The next two things are specifically for healing a diaper rash. First thing is to give them a bath. Generally, it's actually good to wait like 2 to 3 days in between baths for your baby. But if they have a diaper rash, giving them a bath can be really, really soothing for their skin, and then that also is extra time without their diaper on. Another thing that I like to do, even when my son doesn't have a rash, is when he's done with his bath, I wrap him up in his towel and I just kind of like carry him around in his towel with no diaper on for a few minutes. So it's just added time without a diaper. Again, he has only peed on me one time when I've done this, and he's wearing his towel, so most of the pee got caught in the towel. The last thing is to apply something to your baby's skin that will create a barrier between their skin and the moisture from their diaper. And I don't think that this has to be a diaper rash specific cream or ointment. If your baby's rash is really bad, then you might need something with like some medication in it. But for like most standard or mild rashes, I've found that either like coconut oil or just like a general head to toe healing ointment will work just fine. So I've actually never used coconut oil personally on my son's skin, but I know that this is a really good option. It's something that most people have in their kitchens, and it's antifungal, it's antibacterial, so that is a really good option. I actually never used anything like that on my son's skin until just very recently because he was having like eczema on his arms. So I purchased Honest Company head to toe healing ointment. Honest Company is generally a pretty clean brand, so I felt safe using their products. And it just so happened that a couple weeks after I purchased it, he got a little rash down there that was starting to chafe, and it was making him like really grumpy during changes. So I didn't even apply it every single time I changed him. I just applied it before nap times and then before bedtime, and it literally cleared up overnight. I've found that everything I mentioned before has helped to heal a rash within a day or two, but I think if a rash is causing chafing, if it's kind of a stubborn rash, or if you feel like it's causing them pain or discomfort, then this can be really, really helpful. Okay, so those are all of the ways that I have naturally healed and mostly prevented diaper rashes with my son. If you are dealing with diaper rashes with your baby, I really hope that this is helpful, and I hope that it clears up super fast. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. I hope that you are having a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!